Divorced parents. When did the legal system assume the worst about you? I got the call at my shop one morning while I was in the middle of a job. My ex-wife had filed an emergency custody motion because she wanted full custody of our daughter Riley, and the hearing was in 2 hours. I felt like someone punched me in the stomach. Riley is everything to me, and we work on bikes together while she tells me about her week. She's the only person who ever looked at me like I was worth something, and now I might lose her. My ex-wife left me years ago because she thought I was a loser with no future, and she never bothered to check on my business after that. What she didn't know is that the shop took off, and I'm worth more than she could ever imagine now. I still live above the garage because I built that place with my own hands, and Riley loves it there. I grabbed my documents and drove straight to the courthouse with no time to change. When I walked into the courtroom, my ex-wife and her lawyer, Gloria, were already seated in matching designer outfits. They looked at my work clothes, and Gloria leaned over to whisper something. They both laughed, and I knew right then they had no idea what was coming. Gloria walked over before the judge came in. "Sign over custody now and save yourself the embarrassment." I just stared at her until she walked away. The judge entered, and Gloria stood up with this confident energy that made me nervous. "Your Honor, my client has serious concerns about her daughter's safety. Safety, not well-being anymore. She was already twisting things. The father works as a motorcycle mechanic and brings Riley around dangerous equipment and hazardous chemicals on a regular basis." That was a lie. I never let Riley near anything dangerous. Gloria kept going. "He lives above his garage in what can only be described as unsafe living conditions. My client has witnessed exposed wiring and fire hazards during her visits." I had never seen my ex-wife angrier than when she saw how nice Riley's room turned out. There was no exposed wiring. Gloria's voice got all sweet and condescending. "My client has enrolled Riley in SAT prep and college counseling. Meanwhile, the father has Riley doing manual labor instead of focusing on her education." Manual labor. She was talking about Riley learning how engines work because she wanted to. Gloria smiled at the judge. "We also have concerns about his mental stability. He's shown erratic behavior, and my client is worried about Riley being alone with him." I couldn't believe what I was hearing. She was making things up right in front of me. Gloria pointed at my empty table. "He didn't even bring a lawyer today, which shows he doesn't take this seriously." I looked down at my hands, and for a second I wondered if anyone would believe me over someone in a designer suit with a law degree. But then I remembered the day Riley got her first engine running by herself, and she jumped into my arms telling me I was the best dad in the world. She never once looked at me the way these people were looking at me now. Gloria put on a fake, sympathetic face. "Your Honor, given the unsafe conditions and the father's instability, my client has no choice but to request full custody immediately. It's the only way to protect Riley." My ex-wife nodded with fake tears in her eyes. The judge turned to me. "Sir, these are serious allegations. Do you have anything to say in your defense?" I stand up and ask if I can approach because they have no idea who they're dealing with. The judge nods, and I walk forward to hand her my folder. "Your Honor, everything she just said is a lie. I don't just fix motorcycles. I own the shop, and it's one of the largest custom restoration businesses in the state." Gloria lets out a small laugh. "Your Honor, he's clearly lying." I slide my tax returns across the bench along with photos of Riley's bedroom and a safety inspection certificate for my building. I make more in a year than most people see in 10. My home passed inspection, and here's proof Riley has her own room that she decorated herself. The judge reviews everything, and her expression changes completely. Gloria stops laughing. The judge looks up at her. "Counselor, you made claims about unsafe conditions and erratic behavior. Do you have any evidence?" Gloria starts stammering. "Your Honor, my client described the situation and I assumed." The judge cuts her off. "You made serious accusations with no proof. Motion denied. I'm referring you to the state bar for ethics violations." Gloria bursts into tears and begs the judge to reconsider, but it's too late. I grab my folder and walk out while my ex-wife sits there realizing she just lost everything. Gloria lost her license and I got full custody. Turns out satisfying to be a grease monkey after all.